Hi, George. Thank you so much for sending in your essays for correction and getting on board with the course at IELTSpodcast.com. My name is Daphne. I'm one of the tutors here, and I'm going to go through your correction with you. So first essay. Oh, also, yeah, please can you always put the essay title up here for me? That just makes it easier because sometimes I need to refer to some of the words. And we know where we're all going. So education is essential for the development of all individuals, nations. You don't need the nations, and ultimately the world. Wow, big start. Since this is a collective matter of interest, people argue whether improving, or whether to improve schools with entertaining activities or focus on the unique aim of educating. Okay, that's a really nice start, very dramatic. You need to tell me here what you mean. So very important here. Two things. Don't repeat the words in the question. You've used entertaining, which they have, so try and avoid that. You could have interesting, stimulating, something like that. And tell me what you mean. Sport, drama, art, that kind of thing, whatever you think, but you need to develop that a bit more there. When you do the next module, Ben will talk to you about another sentence in this introduction, introducing the essay a bit more, so watch out for that one. So firstly, more educated. So every time you say entertaining, I'm going to go, no. Educational system aims to catch the interest of the students. Okay. Tell me how. Yeah. So you could put by whatever. Yeah, your ideas. This is largely because they, because if, do a nice conditional sentence, if they are stimulated or if they are interested in the class or if they're absorbed in the class, they will be more willing to attend school and focus on the lessons. Don't go take, for example, it's too informal. Just go, for example, in Finland, based on a PISA report. So for example, Finland, according to, is ranked. You don't need to repeat the country because you've already said Finland. Amongst the top 10 out of 70 countries with the best education, you could join these together. And this is the result of a well-designed program where children, don't say kids, too informal, are able to learn through playing, and there are no rankings, comparisons or competition between students. Okay, that's interesting. Therefore, this system has proved that schools with more, with alternative, maybe, with challenging education systems are equally efficient or are more efficient. You've got lots of nice stuff. Develop it a little bit more. So make sure that I'm not asking any more questions all the way through. So secondly, traditional schools only focus on fulfilling an educational program. Yes, so what do we mean? Educational and academic, maybe? Due to this, most of the teachers under this system are satisfied only by covering all the topics within the plan, or another word is syllabus, regardless of the learning process of their pupils. For instance, schools in the Dominican Republic only focus on educating. Yeah, we need to kind of choose another way to say this. Only focus on exam results, maybe. And according to recent data from the Ministry of Education, the dropout rate, that's very interesting. As a result of this, the Republic is ranked in the last place of education. Yeah, and you could just go on with this and say, and very few students go on to university or higher education. So just, again, develop the argument. Give me a bit more every time. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly agree that entertainment needs to be considered at schools. Yeah, I don't like that. So you need to tell me really, really what you mean. In order to improve the education system by making them, the schools more attractive to students. Yes, which will lead to greater success in university qualifications and improve the quality of the workforce. Something like that. So nice start, but I think there's a few things to improve. What we suggest is that you write the corrections, send them back to us. We won't do a video like this, but we will always look at them. And if you rewrite it, that helps you understand what I'm trying to suggest, and that will help you improve. But good start. So this one, doing an enjoyable activity with a child. Let's take that down. Okay, so we can see what's going on here. Can develop better skills and more creativity than reading. So we need to talk about activities, child, and we also need to talk about reading. Okay, so nowadays there are many options for activities and reading materials aimed for children's development. We're not going to have that. I believe that enjoyable activities are better than reading. Okay, focus on this, doing it with activity with a child. So engaging a child in, you could say, or involving a child in, is better than reading to boost skills and to boost their skills and imagination. Okay, nice. This essay will discuss, yes, this is what we want. Lovely. Very good. That's great. Firstly, playing with game consoles is quite beneficial to hone spatial awareness and hard skills. This is because playing video games demands a lot from your reaction time. Okay, demands quick reactions and responses to an ever-changing environment. Okay, quick reaction and responses to an ever-changing environment. So what we're trying to do is upgrade this. This is the kind of vocabulary is not very sophisticated. So this is what we're going to go through the course, aiming for kind of more sophisticated academic language. So, for example, the online game Fortnite, which is a third-person shooting game. So, for example, in the online game Fortnite, blah blah blah, players must keep join it together, excel in this virtual world where speed and understanding the conditions is crucial. So that sentence needs just a little bit of reworking. Therefore, playing this type of game is great for improving several skills at the same time. Yes, exactly. Nice. Several key skills or core skills. You're going to tell me what kind of skills. So I know you've said reaction time, but you can talk about spatial awareness, something like that. Spatial awareness, quick response time, that kind of thing. Yeah, so this, if you kind of put in these sort of words, that takes your vocabulary to a kind of higher level, doesn't it? So secondly, another enjoyable activity that is able to rapidly boost several skills of the child is playing sport. Good. This is because it improves cognitive, physical, and social skills. Nice. Okay. For example, soccer is a very appealing sport for youngsters where mind and body coordination is needed. Good. Maybe join some of these sentences together. And recent studies from UNICEF show that children or teenagers, whatever, young children who participate in sport at school are 80% more likely to be confident and get better scores. Yes. Why? So capital letters. Why? Because they will be healthier, their concentration will be better. Give me a reason. Consequently, now we don't practice sport in English. I know lots of languages you do, but we play sport or we engage in sport. It's a highly recommended activity for children. Good. From a very young age, you could put there. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I agree that activities which are enjoyable contribute to a greater extent to the child's development, since several skills are honed simultaneously, along with the imagination, whereas reading only... reading... Do you need to say something? Reading can... yeah. I don't want you to repeat imagination here. Reading can only... Reading... as it is a solitary activity, can only develop certain skills or something like that. Yeah, but I think you've done really, really nicely here. Good first tasks. As you go through the course, you'll see how we're going to develop, but I think you've done really well. Thank you. Great stuff.